What types of IRA vehicles do people use when rolling over a pension? So this individual is going to be potentially decided to take the lump sum offer on a pension buyout. So they're going to have a large sum of money potentially.
So naturally, they would be moving the money to a traditional IRA.
Right, because your lump sum pension buyout is considered pre-tax. So you want to move it into another pre-tax vehicle.
And then you can decide if you want to blow off your foot and do a Roth conversion. I mean, that's cool.
Or it's very similar to a rollover from a 401k plan or another retirement plan.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the factors, honey, because, I mean, this is not an easy decision. No. There is algebra that's involved. There is math. The math is extremely important.
Well, the formula is the same, but the math seems to change a little bit.
So what happens is, when you're looking at a lump sum payout, this is actually what the plan calls the net present value of the sum of the payments. Then, in theory, you would be receiving, and based on the plan formula, they come up with a number which is X. But there are some. Before we get into the money part, let's skip to the non-money part of this.
Some of the decision points that you would make that are not related to money?
Yes, the why. I mean, the why. Number one is, and I think the number one is,
maybe you don't need the full pension amount that they're offering.
There you go. Why be locked into a cash flow sum, monthly income base? It's more than you need. Why pay tax, as Rob said, why pay taxes on money you're not? I love that quote.
If only we knew who.
I don't remember where I heard that. But it stuck with me.
It's good that he drove by himself today. Exactly.
Two rides
One
for
of my
me.
chief dadisms, as it would be. You're right. So, again, if you were to take the lump sum,
you could control your income.
We could do is we could certainly recreate an income stream for you to mirror that pension benefit, but do it in the exact amount that you want.
Right.
That's a good one. Second one is, I think, health. Not everybody's healthy when they retire. If you're in a situation where you may have a potential for reduced mortality.
Right, maybe you want the lump sum because that'll give you the best opportunity to pass more on to your family.
Or if you don't have family, to the dogs.
Or whomever, churches or charities.
Whomever you might want to leave it to.
Sure.
So, those are big ones. And I guess the last one in my mind is peace of mind. There are just some folks that feel, hey, having that income stream will make me sleep better at night.
So that would be
I'm willing to give up the capital or the potential to pass some of that capital on to my family members.
So that would be a reason to take the pension over the lump sum.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. And really the opposite would go with the pension. It would be taking the lump sum. When we get to the math part, we really have to see is this a good deal? And what we're looking at is what are the annuitization factors in terms of if I had to duplicate that monthly income commercially using an immediate annuity, whether it's a joint survivor, whether it's a life only, is this a good deal?
So how do people calculate that payout rate to determine if the pension plan is offering them what you would call a good deal?
Well, what I would be doing is I would take the monthly pension amount offered, multiply that by 12, and divide that by the lump sum being offered. And that will give you basically the payout percentage, which generally should be, since you're using the life-only option, that's the most expensive one, or the best payout.
The biggest payout rate. Largest.
Even if you're married, you still want to use that to figure out if it's a good deal. It used to be, up until the recent Fed rate increases, it was 7%. Right now we're looking at it's probably closer to 8%.
So that's when we were talking about the formula stays the same, but sometimes the math is slightly different.
Yes.
So in a rising rate environment, then you're looking for a higher rate, whereas if we're in a lower rate environment.
And that's exactly why we're not seeing pension buyouts anymore. We saw tons of them when interest rates were falling.
Mm-hmm.
Companies trying to get themselves off the hook for those numbers, but as interest rates rise, it becomes a lot more expensive.
Gotcha.
People want the money.
Right.
They want the income stream. They don't want the lump sum. So what's important is that, you get with your financial advisor, you check the numbers.
And also what's going to make you the most comfortable in the long term.
Right. And there are options out there where you can, if you want to duplicate or create what we might call a personal pension.